Hey everybody. So welcome to my channel. By the way, I am Brittany. This is Soul Messenger Tarot 369. I wanted to do a video, but I had to start over so many times. I think I'm just doing it wrong, right? It's not how Spirit wants it to go. So instead of doing one long video to try to explain all these different energetic moments and planetary alignments that we have going on, I'm just going to do them individually. So I'm going to do this one on the 8-8 portal. It may be a long one in itself because we're going to talk about the last year's 8-8 portal, which was actually an 8-8-8 portal. So, and then also I think, that being last year's 8-8-8 portal, kind of intensifying the energy and also kind of directing where we were going to be going. And so now that a year has passed, we're going to see, where we're at, and then also maybe see as well where we're supposed to be going from here as far as these 8-8 portals go. And these Lionsgate portals, right? They happen in Leo, and Leo is about a pleasure, fun, fun in the sun, courage, strength, all these things, right? So I feel like this particular portal, it's important to focus on what it is that you want. Okay, what do you want right now? What do you want out of life? What do you want, for your future? So again, it's like we're taking the past, present, and future approach here to look at what it is that you desire, what makes you happy, and what it is, right, that maybe you need to do in order to get there. So that being said, Spirit, I'm just going to pull instead of trying to, this is one of the issues that I had. Instead of trying to shuffle this, I'm just going to pull one or two cards, to get a message from Spirit, please, on the, previous year's Lionsgate portal, the 8-8-8 portal. What can you tell us? What do we need to know about that? Okay, I am done. Okay, so we have this fed up energy. All right. And what else? Oh, yeah, just want to be left alone. Okay, yeah. So I think you finally reached a point, maybe last year, of just like, at your wit's end, with people, places, and things, with, life as you know it. Maybe you were at a point of desperation where maybe you were considering, taking your own life or something like this, right? But if you're watching this, thank God you're still here. And hopefully, things have turned around for you for the better. Because I feel like that's the whole point of the portal, right? So reaching this point of done, and finality, right? Maybe some kind of finale here as well. And just want to be left alone, right? Okay, so it's like you don't want to be bothered. And maybe, maybe there's a bit of codependency in the past. And getting to the point where you are no longer in that energy of codependence. You're ready. And not only are you ready to be alone, you want to be alone. You don't want to be dependent on anyone anymore. You want your independence, your freedom, okay? I feel like that's very Leo energy as well. All right, so this is for the past. And what can you tell me about the current 8-8 portal? Okay, choose happy. Let's get one more. Everything they said was wrong with you, you tried to fix until you realized it wasn't you that was broken. Yeah. So, yeah, so we're getting this, this energy of finality. I'm done. I just want to be left alone, because you're starting to see, and maybe these people had you in this energy, right? Because happiness is a choice. And rather than choosing to fix whatever it was in their lives that they needed to fix in order to be happy, they tried to blame you for why they weren't happy and just make excuses, instead of taking responsibility and making the right choices for themselves. And you, on the other hand, have figured this out. So, you know, you realize too now, you're not being held back. You're not being held down by the burdens and the sins of other people's choices. Because you realize that happiness is a choice, and that if you want to be happy, well, then you might have to start making better choices. And you, every day, choose to combat this negative energy with positivity, okay? And boundaries I'm getting to. And, you know, there may have been a lot of gossip and talk about you. And it's like you didn't let that stop you. You just kept going, kept focusing on yourself and making good choices and the right choices for you. And I feel like not only have you realized that it wasn't really you that was the problem, but now because of how far you've come, others are realizing that you weren't the problem either. So they're kind of having to face the music, face the man in the mirror and take a good hard look at themselves. Right? Because too, if you just wanted to be left alone and you've finally gotten that, then if you left them alone, right, in their solidarity, they're having to realize they have no one else to blame. There's no one left to blame. So they're being forced to realize that they are the ones to blame. They are their own problem. They are the reason that they are unhappy. It's not anybody else's fault but their own. All right, how about future? Okay, so watching you. Ooh, fuck off. Okay, so we definitely have this past, present, and future energy of, being done. Okay, being done with people who want to blame you for everything, who want to bring you down. And it does seem like we have a growing sense of confidence and independence here as well, okay? From being like, I'm done, from making the decision of, okay, that's it, I'm done. I know, like, I'm done with this, to making better choices and realizing, why, things didn't work, and what you need to do in order to make them work. And so also then we have the watching you and fuck off. So it's like, as well, I'm getting progressively caring less. All right. So like from trying to talk to someone to just not even trying to talk to them anymore, but just focusing on yourself and making, realizing that you have to make the choices that are right for you, to not even thinking about them anymore. And that, like, anytime they look at you or think of you, you're giving them this energy of fuck off. Like, like, I'm just so beyond done. And they may be thinking this to you as well, right? If they're watching you in the future, they're watching you and they're seeing how far you've come without them. And they're maybe a little bit pissed because, like I said, because you have come so far and you're continuing to go in that direction because you're continuing to make good choices. They're forced to reckon, with themselves, with God, and to realize that they are their own problem and they don't like what they see. They don't like what they see. And so they're in this energy of being pissed off and, still mad at you, but mad at you for a different reason now, because now they're mad at you for forcing them to see the truth. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Well, that was fun. Let's see what else we can get here for the past Lionsgate. Past Lionsgates. What do we need to know about past Lionsgates energies? All right. June, August, Beetle, Jug. Lighthearted, carefree time, good fortune, June and August. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of, I'm not really quite sure what the June and August is. It could be actual people's names, could be people whose birthdays are in these months or something, or significant things that happened in these times, all right, that maybe kind of woke you up and made you realize what was going on, that these people were using you to have a lighthearted, good time, using your good fortune, all right? Using your good energy and your good fortune, so they could have a good time. And let's get the current 8-8. All right, harp, great happiness, right? So it's kind of like before, you're happy when your happiness was nowhere to be found. It was all about everybody else. Now you're focusing on yourself, okay? And you're getting, peace, beauty, harmony, and great happiness, because you choose to be happy. You make that choice every day, and every day you realize, that happiness is about the choices that you make. And if you want to be happy, you need to make good choices, and they have to be good choices for you, based off of your likes and dislikes, your wants. What do you want for your future? And then make the choices that you need to make in order to get there, and not focus so much on trying to please other people. You're finally allowing things to be about you. All right, how about future? That's a few too many. Give me one for the future 8-8 portal. What do we need to know about the future 8-8 portal? All right. Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Like I said, you've got this fuck off energy. You're done. You're done caring what people think. And this has brought you a lot of success and peace in your life. And it took a lot of strength to get you there. Okay? I mean, you've gone through the hills and the valleys, and you've gone through the valley of the shadow of death. All right? And so it's like you fear nothing anymore. You fear no evil. You fear nothing. And you're not afraid to tell people to just fuck off. Apple, temptation will test you. So you may be tempted in the future. Somebody may be coming back around, okay? Somebody's been watching you the whole time, and maybe around this time next year, they're going to want to come back, and you're going to be tested to see if you have truly changed and learned your lessons. But I feel like you're going to pass with flying colors here, okay? No worries. All right, so what else do we need to know? Let's just pull a couple cards for the past 888 portal energy. 10 of Cups reverse. So yeah, struggling relationships, you're done. Struggling to end relationships. Maybe struggling with the breaking up of families or shattered dreams, or the reality that, your family is not what you thought it was. Either, your family of DNA origin, or the family that you chose, maybe by marriage, was not what you thought it was. And that, you may have thought that you were in alignment, okay, with this person or these people, and you had to come to the realization that you were misaligned, okay? Your values and their values were not the same, right? Like, you value love, you value soul connections, you value people, and they value material things. They value money, they value power, they value celebrity, right? They want to be famous, they want to be recognized, they want to be seen, they want to be known, they want to be famous, they want to be wealthy, they want to be powerful. And those are the things that they care the most about, and they were willing to sacrifice their own bloodlines, their own family members to do it. But that's not who you are. And I feel like they didn't even bother to see you for who you were. And so that's why you're in that I'm done energy, and I just want to be left alone. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with these kinds of people. I'm done with them. I'm done with this life. I'm done being used, okay, by people for, for their own pleasure. All right. That's the past energy. And current 8-8 portal energy, please. All right, so we have, this is sideways is current energy, and we have the High Priestess, right? So it's like, you know things now that you didn't know before. And I feel like too, it's almost being given a second chance. All right. That it's, how often do people say, if I only knew now what if I only knew then what I know now? And it's like, now that you know, you're being given a second chance at happiness because you learned the lessons. Okay. You have the secret hidden knowledge. You know what needs to be done. Okay. You have a very, strong connection spiritually with God and the spirit. Okay. And you know how to get what you want. And this is energy work as well. Okay. Divine Feminine. This is using the energies like these portals and the planetary alignments. Using the portals and the planetary alignments to help guide you, and using the energy to help facilitate, your agenda. Okay. Anything else for this current? Okay. Yeah. The Hierophant. Yeah. So you're on a timeline where you are headed for your best and highest good. Okay. And again, working with God, working with Spirit, working with the Most High. To 8 of Cups, okay, to walk away from toxic relationships, Devil reverse, to leave the past in the past, to leave the devils in the past, the demons, the energy, the negativity, to realize that you can't fix what you didn't break, okay? So these people are broken and it's not your job to fix them, and that it's okay for you to walk away. But also that it's okay to detach yourself and walk away from things that are not for your best and highest good. And these are some of the lessons that you have learned, the very valuable, hard fought lessons, okay? The hidden knowledge that you battled to obtain. And future 8-8 portal energy, please. Future 8-8 portal energy, please. What else do we need to know about the future 8-8 portal? Page of Cups reverse. Yeah. So as you continue to progress and ascend, okay, and do better and better in your own life, these people that you left behind are going to be watching on in disappointment, and they're going to be mad at you because you left them behind, and in doing so, you bettered yourself. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Okay. The fact that you are going to be doing so much better off without them shows that they truly were the problem. Again, forcing them to see, the man in the mirror, to take a good, hard, long look in the mirror, to realize that they were the problem then, and they are still their own problem at that point in time. And that if they ever want to make any kind of change in their own lives, they're going to have to start with themselves. And I just don't know that this person has it in them to do that, because it does take a lot of strength and perseverance and a level of spiritual connection that these people might not have and may never have. But one thing is for sure is that you are an inspiration. Anything else? Magician. They may be a narcissist. And so that may be what's holding them back now and in the future. Because again, they can't comprehend the thought or the idea that they're not perfect, okay? That it's actually them that's the problem. They still want to blame you, even in the future. They want to blame you. But you You've already ascended way past, alchemized, changed the situation. You know, you have the magic in you. You can go where you want, do what you want, create what you want. While they're just stuck watching you. Queen of Cups reverse, Two of Wands reverse, and Temperance reverse. Yeah, like I said, you may have had a level of codependency in the past, but this is in the past. You're no longer that Queen of Cups reverse, but they wish that you would be. They're watching you and wishing that you would be. And they were too afraid to go on this journey with you. All right. You went on your own. Maybe they were supposed to do it with you. And you had to go it alone because this person was too afraid. And Temperance reverse. Well, they could be toxic again. Okay. Maybe with addiction, overindulgence, excess. You know, you healed yourself, but they're not able to heal themselves, and they may have been looking to you to heal them. Okay. And with this Queen of Cups reverse, it's like you're not doing that anymore, and they're mad at you because they wish you would. They want you to come back and fix them, you know, the way that you fixed yourself. And they don't understand that, one, it's not your responsibility to do that, and two, you couldn't even if you wanted to, because that is a journey that must be taken by the individual all by themselves. Everybody is on their own spiritual journey, and that journey belongs to you and God alone. I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form. I hope if nothing else, it has entertained you for a few moments in time. And if you haven't already, you will like, share, and subscribe. And I am going to do another video. So keep a lookout because it's coming right up.